So I never cease being amazed at how prevalent common sense is when we have witnesses from Realville come to Washington. But I've already witnessed a lot this morning. Thank you. To Ms. Mojan first, in your written testimony, you described a situation, very familiar to me, where traffic, specifically a mix of vehicles and trucks traveling on a two-lane highway, can result in drivers engaging in very risky, obviously, behavior and reckless behavior in some cases. Particularly when it comes to maneuvering around slower moving vehicles. You mentioned US Highway 85, and for those who don't know, US Highway 85 is a two-lane highway, being four-laned a little bit at a time, right through the heart of the Bakken oil patch. So just imagine what used to be cars and occasional agriculture equipment, now having a whole bunch of very large trucks on it, and we need them all. It seems apparent to me, at least, that adding capacity could help reduce congestion and improve the safety of the highways. Can you just speak a little bit specifically to how a roadway modernization project, which includes adding capacity, might provide some safety benefits outside of simply improving the movement of the goods, which is not unimportant either. Efficiency doesn't have to be unsafe. So if you just elaborate a little bit on that.
Yes, Senator Cramer. As you know, I am not a transportation engineer, but I work with transportation engineers daily, and I talk to them regularly. So what they would say about roadway projects that increase capacity is that it's often an opportunity to add safety features to the roadways, such as turn lanes, passing lanes, access consolidation, geometric improvements such as improved line of sight or safer angles in approaching turns or on access off-ramps. So I know that within the DOT and talking to my engineering partners, that they look at every project through the lens of safety.
Thanks. Now, I have a feeling this next question, you and Ms. Neville for sure might have something to say about, but as we're focused on, on safety of our nation's roadways, I want to take a moment to address the idea of mandating speed limiters, especially on heavy-duty trucks, which the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is, of course, actively pursuing. It gives me serious concern, to say the least, and I believe it could cause unsafe road conditions in states like North Dakota, maybe even more so in Montana, depending on the speed limit in a particular state. So in North Dakota, in the interstate highway system, the speed limit is 75, and this mandate could create a situation where trucks are traveling up to 10 miles per hour slower than the speed limit. Are you concerned, or do you have concerns about the potential for speed limiters on trucks to disrupt traffic flows? I remember, and I'll just give this little example. I remember when I was on the Public Service Commission, and we were citing some major infrastructure, some major oil infrastructure, and there was a four-lane, actually, federal highway that crossed the railroad tracks at grade, and the railroad tracks led right up to a big rail facility that loaded oil and moved it. And the thing that always bothered me as I looked at that, every solution seemed to be a bad one to me because it disrupts the expectation of the driver. And maybe that's somewhat what a limiter do. So I might start with you, Ms. Mojan, and then ask you, Ms. Neville, if you have some thoughts on whether mandated speed limiters could be a potential problem or an unintended problem.
The North Dakota DOT has concerns. Of course, North Dakota's economy is reliant upon efficient transport of industry products. Our concerns include potential adverse safety impacts from creating speed differentials between heavy trucks and cars. So we are aware that the US DOT has stated its intent to issue as soon as December a proposed rule that would require speed limits on trucks class 7 and higher. We will review that proposed rule and issue comment, but we do have concerns.
Ms. Neville, thoughts?
The American Trucking Associations would have that same position. We're waiting to see what the rule says, and then we will come out and comment on it.
No comments prior to the rule?
No.
Yeah. All right. I'll look forward to another round, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.